Hello everyone, welcome back to another installment of Home Media Reviews. This review is on The Little Mermaid from 1989. Yeah, I'd never seen The Little Mermaid. I'm just going to go ahead and throw that out there right now. I never grew up with this movie. I grew up primarily with Aladdin and The Lion King. Those were my two animated Disney films when I was a kid. And oddly enough, Jungle Book 2. I owned that on VHS. Not the first Jungle Book, I didn't see that till years later, but Jungle Book 2. And I haven't seen that since childhood, so I don't know if it's terrible or not. It probably is, though. There might have been one time, I think there was one time in middle school, maybe. It was like when I was in 8th grade, and it was one of the last days of school. And I think one of my teachers tried to make us watch The Little Mermaid while we were waiting for the bell to ring. I was probably on my phone or something. I didn't care. But then why do I remember it being in an orchestra room? I never had orchestra. Maybe this is just a weird memory bleeding through from a bunch of other stuff. I don't know, but for some odd reason, I have a weird memory of that. Anyway, let's stop talking about my weird memories of when I was in middle school. Let's jump into the history section of The Little Mermaid. So, The Little Mermaid hit theaters on November 17th, 1989. This was a Thanksgiving movie. I would have thought this would have been a summer movie with, the theme of oceans and all that. You go to the ocean and the beach during summertime. Thanksgiving, okay, we'll go with that. Didn't see this in theaters, I wasn't born yet, and I watched it for the first time for this review. I pretty much already explained my history with this movie back in the opening section. Never saw it in childhood. I might have seen clips of it when I was younger. Like I said, that weird story about me being in 8th grade and apparently in an orchestra room watching Little Mermaid. But I wasn't paying attention to it. I was probably like on my phone or something. I don't remember any of my friends seeing this movie. I didn't have a lot of friends who were girls when I was a kid. Because, I know how you're weird. Like, you cooties and stuff, Don't act like you didn't go through that phase too when you were like, ew, girls, gross. And they were the exact same way with us guys. Don't even act like you didn't go through that. But The Little Mermaid to me just always seemed like it was more targeted towards a younger female audience. It didn't seem like it was my kind of movie. So that's kind of why I never watched it. Because it didn't seem like it was my kind of movie. It then hit VHS and Laserdisc on May 18th, 1990. Here's a fact about the VHS. It sold 10 million copies in its first few years on the market. This just shows you how much power these movies had over the home video market back in the early 90s. Disney absolutely owned everyone's televisions. And that's what makes these original VHS copies worthless, because there were so many of them. Well, unless you had the one that had the phallic image on the cover. There's an urban legend out there. I guess it's not a legend because this actually happened, but on the posters of some of these early VHS tapes that went out, are the group of towers in the background. There was one tower that looked kind of like a male appendage. I'm not quite sure if I can say the word without getting this video demonetized, but if you're a guy, you know what I'm talking about. There was a recall, I think, and those tapes were pulled off of the market and replaced with new ones. That version is not easy to find. Later on March 31st in 1998, there was a new VHS as well as a new Laserdisc release. These transfers were both cleaned up, they were restored to coincide with the movie's re-release in theaters in 1997. Then on December 7th, 1999, The Little Mermaid hit DVD. Why is that so weird to me that I'm talking about a DVD as late back as 1999? I don't know, that just doesn't seem like it should be possible. There was no bonus content offered here. It was basically just a VHS dumped onto a DVD disc. But it was a brand new format, so cool, I guess. If you wanted a DVD with bonus content, you would have had to wait until October 3rd of 2006 when the Platinum Edition 2-disc set hit store shelves. This had a whole bunch of bonus content on its second disc. The whole Platinum marketing scheme should sound familiar if you watch the home media reviews on Aladdin and Lion King. They also did this for those movies around the same time too, if I remember correctly. Then 2 years later, on December 16th, 2008, we got the DVD trilogy because Disney just decided to make 2 direct-to-DVD sequels for this movie because they absolutely loved doing that back in the day. Aladdin got sequels, Lion King got sequels, even Lilo and Stitch got a sequel. They loved their direct-to-DVD schlock. Anyway, this trilogy set included Little Mermaid 1 and 2 and Ariel's Beginning, which I guess is technically Little Mermaid 3, but by the title, that implies to me that it's a prequel. I don't know, I've never seen the sequels, and I probably never will. On October 1st, 2013, here comes our big edition, the Diamond Edition, Blu-ray/DVD hit store shelves. You, of course, had your standard-sized DVD set, but then you also had, and then for the Blu-rays, they did this weird thing. I think they did the same thing for a couple of other releases that we've talked about. You had a Blu-ray sized case for the Blu-ray and DVD combo pack, but then you also had a separate DVD sized case for the Blu-ray and DVD combo pack. It didn't make any sense. You were getting the exact same contents, but you were just getting a different case. It doesn't make any sense by a modern standard, so I choose to ignore it. It was dumb. Let's move on. There was another Blu-ray variant, actually, that came out that had a digital copy included that was on a separate disc, because this was the era where your digital copies came on a disc, so that's fun. Had different artwork to it as well. There's a Best Buy exclusive, but hold on to your hats, folks. It's not a steelbook, it's a lunchbox. Huh? Pony up your cash, man. I know you want that Little Mermaid lunchbox to take to school. Come on now. This is dumb. This is so stupid. Why do they put these cheap things in with movies? Like, the Lego Batman movie had a lunchbox. I think Aladdin had something like an activity book. Like, why? At least the Target exclusive is kind of worth it. It has a storybook that's packed into it, so that's kind of cool. Digibook type case. But how could I forget Blu-ray 3D? Because Little Mermaid got a 3D Blu-ray release on this day as well. This was a big combo pack. You got your 3D Blu-ray, your regular Blu-ray, your DVD, a music CD, maybe? Or maybe this was a downloadable soundtrack. I'm not sure. It says music on the box, so it came with some kind of music and a digital copy. Now that was on a separate disc, I know that. This Blu-ray stayed in print for what felt like forever. I saw this thing for such a long time after 2013. I think I even saw this on store shelves like in 2016. It was around for a long time, but then finally, on February 29th, 2019, we got the 4K version of The Little Mermaid with an accompanying Blu-ray/DVD combo pack and a standard DVD to go with it. And now it's part of the Signature Collection. We've moved away from the Diamond stuff and even further from the Platinum line. Now we're into the Signature Collection. Ooh. Stop with these pointless collections. They're dumb. It's a marketing ploy. Don't fall for it. There was a Best Buy exclusive steelbook, not a lunchbox, a steelbook with pretty beautiful artwork, actually. If I didn't pick up the regular Blu-ray from back in 2019, I probably would try to find the steelbook here. It's very pastel. I really like the artwork on it. And then Target had its trademark exclusive. It's a gallery book. This reminds me of the era when Target exclusives weren't terrible. Just a little side tangent here. I picked up the Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness on 4K a few weeks ago. I was ecstatic to find that my Target actually had like 3 copies of its exclusive on store shelf. So I was like, hell yeah, I'm picking up the Target version. Only to find out that the exclusive part was just like a little fold out picture of one of the posters. Not even one of the good posters. It's like it's like a little art card. Why are you charging me $35 for that, Target? $37 after tax. I was pissed when I got home. I was like, I want to take this back. But I had already opened it, so I couldn't do that. My point is, Target exclusives used to be the best thing next to the Best Buy Steelbooks, but now they stink. Because you actually got good stuff in those exclusives. You got cool behind the scenes artwork in these books, and now all you get is these dumb art cards. They did the same thing with Turning Red. Like, why? I guess it's because they weren't selling, because I can still find Frozen 2 and Toy Story 4 Target exclusives on clearance for $10 at my local Target right now. I could buy 15 of them if I wanted to. Anyway, that's enough about that. Let's move along to our last release here. On January 19th, 2021, The Little Mermaid was included in a Princess 3 movie Blu-ray collection. This was a Disney Movie Club exclusive. Little Mermaid shared its Blu-ray case with Moana and Tangled. And as far as The Little Mermaid goes, that's it. We've reached the end of its physical media life. I'm not sure if it'll ever get another Blu-ray release again. Not with the live action remake coming out, I think next year is when that's slated to come out. And you guys know how Disney has been pushing their streaming service. They're not doing a lot of physical media stuff right now, so I don't know if we'll ever see it again, unfortunately. Just like a lot of these other classic movies that are forever destined to live on half-price bookshelves for absurd prices. I went there the other day to see if they had anything new. They were trying to charge $15 for the Jungle Book on Blu-ray without the slipcover. What the hell, man? This is supposed to be a used DVD and Blu-ray like outlet. Why are you trying to charge me a premium for this? Get out of here with that. I'm going on a lot of rants this episode about stuff that doesn't matter and stuff that doesn't pertain to The Little Mermaid. But anyway, let's go ahead and... But anyway, that wraps up your history. Let's move right along to the close-up. Alrighty, everyone. Here's your close-up look at The Little Mermaid. We're starting off with this Diamond Edition Blu-ray. Up there at the top, you got Diamond Edition with a little diamond in the middle of it. Makes total sense. Got a hair or something on there. Let's get rid of that. Includes Blu-ray plus DVD. No digital copy. There's only movie reward points in here. You got this beautiful poster art of Ariel, Sebastian, Flounder, and Ursula. And then the Little Mermaid there on the side, and this little blue border that's around it that has, I think those are diamonds on them as well. This is a really nice poster. I really enjoy it. Spine, Disney Blu-ray symbol, The Little Mermaid, Flounder down there at the bottom. Back features your barcode, a breakdown of your special features, blurb about the movie, some screenshots from it, as well as a music video part of your world. You got some more artwork over there on the side, legalese and stuff down there at the bottom. And if we open it up, your Blu-ray is stock standard Disney Blu-ray, and so is your DVD. No artwork whatsoever on either of these. Makes them pretty boring. We have another copy to look at here. It's my personal Blu-ray copy. This is the one from, I think, 2018, 2019. It was when the 4K came out. They reprinted this Blu-ray. So we got Blu-ray plus DVD plus digital code. Up there with the multi-screen edition crap on top of it. I really don't like this gray border. You guys already know that. Kind of a similar poster art to the Diamond version, but it's a bit more simplistic. I like this artwork more. We got over 3 hours of bonus content, as well as experiencing the movie with a sing-along track. That sticker's covering up poor Sebastian. So sad. Movies Anywhere advert down there at the bottom. Ursula, Flounder, all those characters. The side, the Little Mermaid, the Anniversary Edition, but this is actually part of the Signature Collection, because got another collection of these things to collect. It's another different version. Yay, Disney. They love doing this. I don't particularly mind this artwork. I do like this one more, though. Spine, the Disney Blu-ray logo, the Little Mermaid, Anniversary Edition, a portrait of Ariel from the front. The back features a breakdown of how your digital copy works. Your bonus content down there. Barcode sticking out through the slipcover. Blurb about the movie, screenshots from it, and then legalese and stuff down there at the bottom. If we take our slipcover off, same artwork, same spine, and pretty much the same back. If we open this up, your discs are slightly changed. The DVD is now white as opposed to gray, and the Blu-ray is a lighter blue. And your title is now on top, and the Blu-ray symbol is now down here, whereas on the DVD, the title's up here, and the logo for the DVD is down here. Again, simple poster art kind of makes these a little bit boring. If you paid attention earlier, you heard me say that this is my personal Blu-ray copy that's in my collection. Well, then why do I have this Blu-ray? I bought this a long time ago. I think I bought it at like a thrift store or something. It was pretty cheap, and it's been on my eBay page for the last like year. I'm trying to get rid of it, and I don't want to trade it into like Half Price Books or something, because they'll give me, 40 cents for it or something. So this is kind of an advertisement for my eBay page. If you want to own something that's seen on home media reviews, this is up there right now. Go and grab it. I thought it'd be cool to show as well, since I still have it in my possession, but I do want to send it off to a new home because I don't need 2 copies of The Little Mermaid on Blu-ray. This one I like more because it has a slipcover. Even though I like this poster art more, I like this Blu-ray more because it looks better in my collection. Plus, I found it in store. So that wraps up your close-up. Let's move right along to the menu tour. Alrighty everyone, here we are for a menu tour of The Little Mermaid, starting off with our Diamond Edition Blu-ray and DVD combo pack. We have play, bonus features, scene selection, setup, sneak peeks, and then a fast play option down there at the bottom. Let's take a look at the bonus features. So we have Part of Her World, Jodie Benson's Voyage to New Fantasyland, which is the voice actress for Ariel. Then we have some classic deleted scenes, Fathoms Below, alternate version, and then the fight with Ursula, alternate ending. So not a lot of extra content for the DVD. Let's take a look at the scene selection. So each scene has a little screenshot from it with a title and a number. We've got Fathoms Below, main title, Sunken Ship, Sebastian's concert, and we have 26 scenes, 27 if you count the credits. That's a good number of scenes for a movie that barely goes over 80 minutes. And then for setup, your language options include English 5.1, French 5.1, Spanish 5.1, and Portuguese 5.1. Your subtitles include English, French, and Spanish, as well as Portuguese. Then we also have a register your DVD tab down there at the bottom. And you can also return to the film from this little sub-menu here. Sneak peeks, I'm not sure if this is going to play the trailers or not. Let's take a look at it. Yep, just plays the trailers. This is a trailer for Disney Blu-ray, I think it is. No, this is a trailer for the movie reward service. I always get those mixed up. Is this that Sophia the First cartoon series? Yep, that it is. Here's a cruise line commercial. I've never actually been on a cruise. Have you all been on one? My parents have. I wasn't invited. Kids win on Radio Disney. Oh my gosh, that's a throwback. Now we got a trailer for Monsters University, which At the time that this Blu-ray came out, this had just come out in theaters, I think, or maybe it had just come out on physical media. But this is a fairly new movie around the point that this Blu-ray combo pack came out. So this is a trailer for Little Mermaid. Okay, I have to pause here for a second because that last trailer was for Little Mermaid Return to the Sea and Ariel's Beginning. I thought it was a trailer for this Blu-ray because it starts off with one of Walt Disney's classic movies, and I thought it was gonna say like, oh, it comes to Blu-ray finally. It's like, that's such a marketing ploy. Put the trailer for the Blu-ray on the actual Blu-ray. Or I guess this is the DVD, not the actual Blu-ray. Anyway, let's continue. Oh, this is Jungle Book finally getting released from the vault. First time ever on Blu-ray. That's fun. Oh, here's that teaser trailer for Frozen. Ah, this is for Mary Poppins, I believe? Yep, Mary Poppins, 50th anniversary, because that's fun. Never seen Mary Poppins. Have you guys seen it? So that had a ton of trailers on it. Oh my gosh, 9 minutes worth of trailers on this DVD. We're not going to take a look at the fast play menu because it's just going to play the movie with bonus features. Alright, here we are for the Blu-ray menu. Exact same style as the DVD. Everything's just now in HD. We have play, bonus features, scene selection, setup, and sneak peeks. Your bonus content is different. We have that music video from Carly Rae Jepsen, Part of Your World, at Disney Animation. They're like a Twitter thing or something. We have a deleted character, Harold the Merman. I'm more partial to Harold the Helicopter myself. Under the Sea, the Art of the Live Action reference. Howard's Lecture. We have that same featurette from the DVD, The Voyage to New Fantasyland, Crab a Loki sing-along, and then classic DVD bonus features, which I'm sure will include, a lot more stuff than I thought. We have deleted scenes, backstage Disney, music and more, audio commentary, Disneypedia, Life Under the Sea, Behind the Ride That Almost Was, and Under the Sea Adventure, a virtual ride inspired by Disney Imagineers. Interesting. So this must be a bunch of stuff that was carried over from the 2-disc Platinum Edition DVD. That's really cool they brought all that over. Scene selection, same screenshots, same numbers, and same descriptions of each of the scenes, and I'm pretty sure we have the same number of scenes as well. Yep, 26, 27 if you count the credits, and there's a little bar down there telling you where you are in the movie. You guys know how much I love that. For setup and languages, we have a 7.1 English mix, and then these mixers are carried over from the DVD. Subtitles, exactly the same as on the DVD, nothing has changed. And we also have the Crab a Loki sing-along version. You can enable that from the setup menu as well. Sneak peeks, let's see if these are the same trailers as on the DVD. Here's our movie rewards trailer. Sophia the First trailer, the Cruise Line trailer, Radio Disney trailer, Monsters, got the trailer for the Little Mermaid sequels, Blu-ray collection. You see what I mean by I thought that this was a trailer for the actual Blu-ray that we're watching right now? Starts off with that one of the most beloved classics type thing. But that's where I realized, oh, it's a sequel. Jungle Book trailer, that Frozen teaser, and our Mary Poppins Blu-ray trailer. So yeah, every trailer that's on this Blu-ray is the exact same as on DVD. Alright, now here we are for the more modern Blu-ray. Starting off with our DVD here. Literally the only thing that is different is there's no bonus content tab here, and the little tagline has been changed to Anniversary Edition as opposed to Diamond Edition. Other than that, this is the exact same DVD. It even starts with the same fast play option. Let's take a look at the scene selection and see if that's the exact same. Yeah. We even have the same number of scenes. We don't need to look at that again. It's the exact same thing. Okay, so setup. register your DVD, that tab is gone. But your language options are the same, except they dumped Portuguese. They even got rid of it for the subtitles, too. That's unfortunate. I'm sorry to the Portuguese people, but you can't watch The Little Mermaid in your native language now. I don't feel like taking a look at the sneak peeks. We'll watch the first one and see if it's exactly the same, but I'm not watching all of them again. Whoa, hey, did they actually change the sneak peeks tab? Oh, this is live action Dumbo. That's it? We went from 9 minutes of trailers and ads to just a trailer for live action Dumbo. That is a downgrade. Now here we are for the Blu-ray. Pretty much the exact same setup. Let's see if the bonus content is the exact same. Okay, that's different. Alan Menken and the Leading Ladies. What I Want From You Is Your Voice. Stories from Walt's Office. Hashtag Treasures Untold. Part of Your World music video. Deleted character Harold the Merman. Under the Scene, The Art of the Live Action Reference, Howard's Lecture, audio commentary, and classic bonus preview. Okay, this pisses me off. So, the classic bonus content isn't on this disc. You have to go onto Movies Anywhere and register your digital copy to see these classic bonus features. Why they didn't just put them on the disc and then have the other option to actually watch them on your Movies Anywhere, that doesn't make sense to me. I hate that. I'm going to stop myself from going on a rant because this video is long enough as it is, but the bonus features are different between the 2013 and 2019 Blu-rays. Take of that how you will. Scene selection, it's exactly the same. We don't need to look at all those. And for setup, yep, exactly the same. 7.1 mix and then French and Spanish 5.1 mixes. And for subtitles, exact same as on the other Blu-ray, just no Portuguese. And the sing-along thing is gone too. They got rid of that. That's unfortunate. Sneak peeks. Let's see if it's that trailer for live-action Dumbo again. And will you look at that? It is. So again, only one new trailer on the new Blu-ray. That's great. I love that. That wraps up your menu tour. Let's head on back and answer the 5 main questions, as always. Alright, so we're back from the close-up. Now it's time to answer the 5 main questions, as always. Number 1, where can you pick this product up? Well, you can't find it on store shelves. As I said earlier, it's been out of print for a while, so I'm going to have to say used places, like pawn shops or half-price books or stuff like that, or online. Number 2, is this product still being printed nowadays? No, it is not. Number 3, should you pick this product up? I said earlier that I didn't watch The Little Mermaid until I had to watch it for the show because it didn't seem like a movie that was geared toward me. It seemed like a film that a lot of young girls would really love and have nostalgic feelings for, but it didn't feel or seem like my kind of movie. And after watching it, I have to agree with that sentiment. It's not a movie that's made for me. But that doesn't mean I didn't like it. The animation here is stupendous. I mean, the way that the mer people, I think is how they prefer to be called, the way that they move, they look like they're actually underwater, how King Triton's beard keeps going up and down, even when he's just like sitting normally. I was just really impressed with all those small details to add to the effect of, yeah, we're actually underwater. Like, we're not just animated characters. We're actually living in the ocean. It was spectacular. And during the song portions, you can tell that's where the majority of their money went to, because that stuff looks amazing. Some of that stuff looks better than the actual movie, honestly. That whole sequence where Ariel and Eric are riding in the water and Sebastian is singing, "You've got to kiss the girl," and all the animals are singing. It's a beautiful piece of animation. It's wonderful. And the music in this movie is all very good. I really enjoyed these songs. They actually add to the story. They're not just there to be like, oh, look, here's another song. They actually push the plot forward and serve to transition a character from A to B. I think the one I liked best was probably Sebastian's "You Got to Kiss the Girl." I mean, that's been stuck in my head for the last few days. Ever since I watched this movie, it's infinitely catchy. I really liked Ursula's song too, surprisingly enough. "You poor unfortunate souls." And man, Ursula as a villain, she's terrifying. I can see, if I watched this as a kid, being actually scared of her. That whole area where she lives is freaky. That whole, like, almost graveyard of these, like, worm things that are supposedly people that she has stuck there because she took their souls. I mean, that's terrifying. And what does she do with them? Does she just leave them there? Do they just sit there? It's like purgatory or something? Why does she collect souls like that? What's the purpose behind it? I don't know. That's just a question I had, but that's just, wow, that freaked me out. And that definitely would have freaked me out as a kid, let me tell you. But yeah, I loved Ursula as a villain. She's amazing. Her vocal performance is wonderful. I think her voice actress recently passed away, which is really unfortunate. I think her name was Pat Carroll, if I remember correctly. That's terrible. Rest in peace, Pat Carroll. You gave an amazing performance as what I would say is one of the classic Disney villains. I can see why so many people love this character. Because I came to love her too. She might be my favorite character in the movie, honestly. That's not to give a disservice to our main character, Ariel. She's very identifiable. Her voice actress gives a great vocal performance as well, which is interesting given the fact that she doesn't talk for a good third of the movie. I knew that part of it. I knew that she would have her voice stolen at some point, but I didn't know she gave it away willingly, which I thought was a cool twist. But it's really interesting to see how the movie has to adapt with her not being able to speak. The animators have to tell you how Ariel is feeling through her movements and her facial expressions and her body language. They do a great job at that. And Jodie Benson as Ariel, fantastic performance. Love her. She has a really good singing voice as well. Samuel E. Wright as Sebastian. I feel like this is a lot of people's favorite character because they can just identify with him. I got a Zazu vibe off of him from The Lion King, like he's the babysitter. He's literally tasked with babysitting Ariel, so I guess that's why I thought Zazu throughout the entire thing. But he's hilarious. I love his accent. Love all of his little mannerisms. I think my favorite scene in the movie is when he's fighting the chef on the boat. That beautifully chaotic animation there, and it's just hilarious to see how he gets out of that scenario. At the beginning, I was a real big Flounder fan. I really liked Flounder. His voice was very cute. But then as the movie goes on, there's not really much else for poor Flounder to do, and he's basically just almost forgotten about. I don't think he says a lot. After Triton finds Ariel's stash of human memorabilia, I don't think Flounder gets much to do after that. He basically has a couple lines and then the movie's over. It's kind of disappointing. I'd like to see what they could have done to make Flounder more of a centralized character. Because he and Ariel are best friends, and it almost seems like he just isn't there for her when she goes on land. Which, I mean, physically he can't be, but I feel like the writers could have tweaked that a bit more to make Flounder go with her, rather than Sebastian. I really liked Triton's voice. Who plays Triton? Let's see. IMDb. Kenneth Mars. Very good vocal performance from Triton. I really enjoyed him. I don't know what it was about his voice, but he sounded commanding. He sounded like a king of the ocean would sound if this was a real person. Although I'm more partial to my king of the ocean being Neptune, voiced by Jeffrey Tambor, but that's just me. Eugene Krabs, your time has come. There is nothing else I can do, except to give SpongeBob and Patrick a little more time. Mindy! Wrong movie, I know, but come on. I mean, come on. This is a fun performance. This movie's also really fast-paced. I was surprised to see that it was only an hour and like 22 minutes, 23 minutes and some change. I was like, dang, this is short. How are they going to fit all this in? They fit so much into this 83-minute movie, and they make you feel satisfied by the end. It's like, It doesn't feel rushed. It doesn't feel like stuff was cut out. It feels like a perfectly coherent story. So you know what? Round of applause for that. I like the romance plot. It makes total sense. It works out the way that it should work out. It's very well done. It's tied up in a neat bow. And I like Ariel and Eric together. I don't get much from Eric. I don't really know who he is, but it totally makes sense that Ariel, who is said to be 16 in this movie, would be just head over heels for this dude who she finds just pretty attractive. Of course she'd be head over heels for him. It does fall into that category of, this is a rushed romance kind of thing, and does it really make sense for these people to be married after only knowing each other for 4 days? Maybe I just think of marriage as more special, I'd say. You don't really marry the first person that you date. I'm not marrying the first person I dated. I had to wait a long time before I found the love of my life, and I'm very glad that I waited, because I got the person who I'm going to spend the rest of my life with, which is beautiful and perfect, and I love it. I can't wait to marry Hope in the next few years. But to me, The Little Mermaid basically tells me that, oh, marriage doesn't mean much. It just means that, oh, first person that you see, oh, you fell in love and you're not just horny? Yeah, no, you're married. I don't know if I'd necessarily agree with that sentiment. Again, I think it comes down to me and my personal beliefs and how I view marriage, how I've always viewed marriage through my whole life. It just doesn't seem like The Little Mermaid thinks of marriage as something that's really that important because of how quickly that these characters go into it. There's really not much thought or preparation. It's just, oh, I love you, smooch, married. Like, that's for the rest of your life. You know that, right? And you didn't give it a lick of thought? I thought a lot about who I was going to marry, and it just so happens that God answered those thoughts and answered those prayers with the person who I am engaged to right now. Love you, Hope. And really, I think that's the reason why The Little Mermaid isn't a movie that was made for me. I'm not the biggest romantic dude in the world. I mean, I can be romantic. You know, ask Hope. I've been romantic before, but I'm really not the kind of person who's like, oh, let's go and watch a love story so I can cry over it, you know? I would much rather go and watch the fun, you know, science fiction, Star Wars type movie where the people are blasting one another with the lasers and the space guns and they're yelling quips at each other. And yeah, I'd much rather do that than like watch The Notebook. So while I like The Little Mermaid, and I'm definitely giving it a recommend, because it's not a bad movie by any means, it's a fantastic movie, and I can see why so many people love it. So yes, I'm saying that you should go out and see it, but it wasn't something that was made for me, if that makes any sense. Again, not saying it's bad, but it's just not for me. It could be for you though, so that's why I'm saying that you should go out and watch it if you've never seen it. Number 4, where should you pick this product up? Same answers as number 1. And number 5, what price should you pay? Well, the DVDs and the Blu-rays and all that stuff, they're really not all that expensive. Honestly, the Diamond Edition Blu-ray from 2013, which again is live on my eBay page right now, so if you want to go buy that, go and pick it up now. That's not really all that rare. I mean, you can find it on eBay for, you know, $5 to $10. For the Blu-ray that I have, the one from 2019, I haven't seen that one a lot, but it could still show up on the secondary market. It's probably worth the exact same as the Diamond one. I'm not going to give you values of VHS because those VHS tapes are pennies on the dollar. So many people bought those. The Laserdisc, though, I haven't seen those pop up for sale a lot, so I'd say probably around 15 to 20 for those if you're a Laserdisc person. The 4K, I would say, is probably worth around the $20 range. I don't know if the 4K transfer is good. I watched my Blu-ray copy for this, so I don't know if the 4K transfer is amazing or not. It probably isn't, because you guys know my opinion on 4K and animation. There's not much of a difference there. 1080p HD is totally fine for animation. We don't need 4K for that. There's really not much of a difference, in my opinion. So that, my dear viewers, wraps up the home media review on The Little Mermaid. Gotta say, I'm happy I finally saw this. I don't feel like I'll ever return to it. I mean, unless I have a daughter in a few years, because I'm going to have kids one day. So if I have a daughter, I'll definitely show this to her, but I don't think I'll ever return to it on my own. I liked it. I saw it once. I feel like once is enough. I just feel like somebody out there is going to be like, you said The Little Mermaid's not for you. That means you hated it. Didn't you hear the rest of my review? I had one little complaint about the whole marriage thing. That's why it's not for me. But everything else I enjoy about it. Did you not hear what I said? That happened actually on the Big World, Big Adventures home media review a few years back. I think I made a joke about how it's PC culture gone mad, which is a bit from the Weekly Planet. And some dude literally commented saying, I'm not listening to the rest of this review because you're biased. Dude, it was literally a bit from a podcast. If you're really not going to listen to the rest of my thoughts on something because I said something that hurt your fifis, don't admit that to me, because I'm going to laugh. I'm not sure if any of you all have noticed this or not, because this started as not intentional, but then it turned into being intentional. I've never said the words season finale leading up to this review on The Little Mermaid, because this is not the season finale. If you remember, in season 3 of Home Media Reviews, my life got a little hectic towards the end of that season, and I had to cut it down one episode. Usually I have 13 episodes per season. Last season had 12, so I'm making up for it here. The season finale of Home Media Reviews, Season 4, is going to air next week. This season will have 14 episodes. Surprise! You're welcome! I'm making up for my past mistake, and I'm kind of happy none of you caught that I never said season finale. But I'm sure now you're all going to go back and watch the episodes leading up to this one, and you'll realize, oh shoot, he never did say that, and start kicking yourself for it. So what is next week's episode going to be on? Well, I'm taking some inspiration from my fiance, Hope. She's a big Scooby-Doo fan. And last season, I did a Wheel of Fortune type thing where you guys got to pick a movie for me to review on Home Media Reviews. And one of the movies in that wheel was Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost. And I think that was picked by my good buddy Sean. I was just in one of his videos over on his channel, Thomas Fan 261. Go ahead and check that out right after this is done here. Sean suggested I watch Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost because it takes place after Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island. I'm a big fan of Zombie Island. I think that's one of the best Scooby-Doo movies out of the few that I've seen. So you know what? Hope and Sean, I'm bringing your dreams to life. We're covering Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost next week on Home Media Reviews. Another movie that I haven't seen. So get excited, folks. Can't wait to see you all next week for our big season finale. Thank you all so very much for watching, and as always, good night, everybody.